everybody, Camille from YodelPop, and today I'm going to talk about graphics for the pillar page. So I'm in HubSpot here, and I am getting ready to publish a brand new pillar page in a brand new design as well. We're updating the pillar page design for 2025, not just the layout and the look and feel, but also the way the pillar page is written and uh, basically strategized for 2025 and beyond. But today, though, we're just going to talk about the graphics for the pillar page. So we like to break up the content since a pillar page is quite a long form piece of content. It's about 2,000, 2,500 words. We want to be breaking it up with graphics and images. And so along the way, though, we want to be thinking ahead and thinking efficiently and thinking smart in terms of repurposing not just the content, but the graphics as well. So I'm going to just go through how to make your graphics so that you can use them for not just the pillar page, but for social media and other things as well, like email. So I've got a Canva file open here, and I have some pillar page graphics that are, right now, they're more geared towards a web page, right? They're kind of long and wide, kind of banner looking. But when I think about how I want to repurpose my content, I don't really want it to be in this long format. So what I'm going to do is adjust the size of these graphics and make it so that not only do they live on the page, but they can also be repurposed across social media for a variety of posts. So I'm going to go ahead and start to change this up right now. I have a guide here, and I already have some sizes ready in my pillar page guide. And so I want to use a standard size for social media. And the most common one is a square. And so I'm going to go ahead and make this file in Canva be that 180 by 180. So I'm going to resize my design right here. I'm going to go to custom size, and I'm going to do the 180 by 180 since that's one of the most standard sizes in social media graphics. I'm going to go ahead and resize this particular design. All right, so you can see that I'm going to have to do a little rearranging, but not too much. Canva makes it easy to to resize and reconfigure your graphics. So for this one, I might do something like this, and I'll move this up here. I have to make it a little bit bigger. So I can just kind of play with this, and that way I can have graphics that I can use both on the pillar page and in social media. So now that I have this new graphic that's more like a square, here's another one where it looks like I've got to resize my image so that I'm seeing what I need to see. Let's see what else is in this image. That's really it. I really only need to see this part because that's the point, is to see the plant on the graphics. So you can kind of see that this is like shaping up to be a really nice social media post. But it's going to travel on social media. It's not just going to live on the pillar page. So I want to make sure that it's easily identifiable with branding. It already has some color and things like that. But what I want to make sure to do is that if this gets shared and as it gets posted to social media, I want it to be identifiable. And so I'm going to look for our logos here, our brand. Let's see, go to our brand and go ahead and grab let's see, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and grab a logo here, and I'm going to place this on here. That one looks like it's kind of not really showing up very well. This one's not going to show up very well either way. So I'm going to put this reverse one back on here. And, it doesn't have to be like super I'm even going to put a little transparency on it. It doesn't have to be, I can move it up here too. So I can do it like this. And I can move this up a little bit. And I think what I'm going to do also is I'm going to add in my, I'm going to add in a tagline. So one of our taglines is where content is a catalyst for success. Because we have content is our secret sauce, and we have content catalyst programs and things like that. And so it's a great tagline. It says a lot. I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. Well, let me just see how it looks. I don't want to make things too busy, but I would like to, just make sure all of our branding is there. I accidentally made it uppercase. I kind of like that. So I'm going to see how this, I don't know. I'm just going to kind of see what I can do with this. I'm not going to do that way. I'm just going to do it like that. And actually, I don't love that. So I'm going to actually take this off this time. I might do it on another one. So I'll just paste it. I'll paste it below. I'll move it down to that one. I didn't like it on this one. And this one's already really busy. So I'm just going to make this it just needs to be subtle. I just want to be able to identify. We just want to be able to identify our brand on here. So that's how I'm going to adjust these images so that not only can I use them on the pillar page, but then I can also use them across social media. So I'm going to go ahead and download this and work it into my pillar page. So I know I want things to be fairly small so that they're easy to load. They load fast on the pillar page. So I'm going to go ahead and limit that size. And I need it to just be my current page. So I'm going to download this as a PNG. And I'm going to have to name it what I want. I can't even remember what the text said, but I'm going to cancel. No, I'm not going to cancel because I want to remember what the text said, but now I don't. I'm just going to call it pillar page 1 for now, so I can get that saved. Okay, it was like make your ecosystem stronger. Sometimes it's hard to name all these different graphics because you've got different pull quotes and things like that, but just try to name it something fairly descriptive so that you can distinguish. It's also good for SEO to name it with some of the keywords in here. So I would have named it like, make your ecosystem stronger. Now this, okay, so I might do this since I have to think about this too. So there's a lot to think about when you want to take something that usually just lives on a web page and then make it into something that can have legs and go across social media. So we want to say content ecosystem here. So I'm just going to change this up from what was there before. Make your content ecosystem stronger and more resilient across multiple, and I'm just going to say social platforms. So even though it might be other ones too, I'm going to go ahead and download this now. So I'm going to say content ecosystem, multiple platforms, so that I have somewhat of a nice descriptive keyword thing going on here. So I'm just going to download this again. Okay, so content ecosystem, multiple social platforms. So this is worth taking the time because, it's really good for SEO. It's just throwing more compost into your search visibility. So now I'm going to go over to my pillar page here that I'm building in my CMS, which is in HubSpot. And I'm going to find where that goes. Now, I don't know where it goes the moment. Let's see. I'm probably, since it's a square, I want to put it like here. I'm not going to be able to put probably all my squares like this because I'm varying my pillar page to be different, have different backgrounds and different kind of orientation with images and text because I really want to break things up for the reader. So let's just say I'm going to put this, I'm just going to put this right here for now, even though it might not go there, but that's like a good orientation. Later, I'll go back and really put it in the right place, of course, with the right text in the page. But there you go. So now what I have is, not only do I have a responsive, so it should be responsive. It's actually not. I want to make sure that this is responsive. I'm going to check it out. What do I mean by responsive? I just mean that it responds to different devices. So here I can check that out and I can see how things are looking. I see I have a problem here. I have to fix that. There are actually a lot of issues when it comes to this page and mobile, but that's okay. I can go back and adjust that, and that's really not what we're here to talk about. But okay, here, so perfect. So I see that I have a little problem when the text starts below that, but it's looking really good. So you can see that this is actually better. The square is actually better for reading this page on a tablet or an iPhone, or a smartphone, except here it's not. So I have to like figure that out too. So anyway, so there's things that need to be checked. But the point of this is that this is how you want to adjust your images so that they can have legs across all platforms. And again, that might mean that you have to kind of make some concessions here and there, like in this case, my images that I'm recreating and sizing down to squares aren't necessarily great for the web page itself, but I really want to be more efficient and streamlined in my content repurposing. That means more to me than having the perfect web page, or having to spend a little more time making sure that my web page is going to look good on all devices. So it's a little bit of a trade-off there, but I like it better to be able to really repurpose, because I'm going to have about 6 or 7 of these graphics in here. So that's like 6 or 7 posts right there. That can go a long way, especially when you think about how, when you have this kind of content ecosystem strategy, you can rinse and repeat. Like I can use this for one particular post. I can have text with the post. I can reuse the same image 6 months, 3 months, 6 months later, maybe, varying the post a little bit. But the point of this content ecosystem is that it's evergreen content, right? It's really about your brand, and it's about your core topics. And when you don't stray from that, you can really get a lot of mileage out of your content, right? So we're going to go back over here and just take a couple of other considerations. So it does say in my guide here that I created that it could be a little bit versatile too. So like you can also do this 180 by 1350. It's a vertical. This one's a horizontal. I think I'm going to do one variation of a couple of these graphics that's horizontal, because then I can also vary them in my page, where I have some content like this that I want to put an image below instead of nesting it in the content. Now I'm going to have a little bit of versatility. So what I'm going to do is resize this, go back to, let's see, I want to do it at 1200 and 628. So I'm going to custom size this. So, okay, so I'm good to go there. And I'm going to copy, because I want to keep this one that I already have as one size, and I'm going to need to make a copy of the other one. And so it does make it a little bit more things to keep track of in Canva, but what I can do is keep where it says the size, which is awesome. So this one is a pillar page call out. It's 1200 by 628. And then this one is the 1080 by 1080. So then this becomes my template that I'm going to use each and every time. And so then I can go back over to my new one, and I can see which ones, like I already did this one and the other one. So I'll probably like delete that or something. Or I might go, oh, wait, I like it better in this format. So I can kind of go back and forth between my two files and narrow it down to what I want to do for each one. So this one, I kind of like it the way it already was as sort of a banner. So I'm going to keep working it that way. Here's the tagline, which I started talking about, but I've decided like, no, I don't want that. It's just too much. So I'm just going to keep the logo. But of course, you can put other things on your graphic to identify your brand or to make a call to action or a tagline or something like that. But likely you're already going to have calls to action in your post or some other way. So I would keep these really simple and clean. It's all about it's all about offering that value and well, in my opinion, not making too much noise, visual noise out in the world. But I think of it as more voice instead of noise. So you really want to just have people really hear your brand's voice. And so it's better if you keep your images and your quotes like simple and clean and, kind of just really offering that value, in my opinion. And so what I'll do with this is move it to the front, and I'm just going to kind of make this a little bit bigger. So the idea is like I can use this graphic on social media, and I'm not just going to leave it as the graphic, although I could, but I'm probably going to accompany it with some text. So it's not just going to say a content ecosystem requires thoughtful planning, but only minimal effort once established. Like I probably take this quote and build on it a little bit for the actual text in the social post. And then in the social post, I'll have some kind of call to action, like read more on the pillar page or download the PDF or something like that. And so that's the idea. And now what I can do is take this, which is still one of the right size formats for social media. And I can download this one as a PNG. I want to limit my file size for the web. And it's not letting me do that right now. I just want to do the current page. Let's see. All right. And I'm going to download that. And then I'm going to put this one on my page. And we're going to see how it's nice that we can not only vary the sizes of the, so this is like thoughtful planning, right? Content. Oh, let's see here. Content planning. That's a good keyword. Thoughtful. Although, I'm not really super worried about keywords, but I'm just kind of covering all of my angles here. And it's not only that, but it's for accessibility. It's so someone who maybe can't see the image, they're going to have this text that they can kind of understand what the image is. So there's a lot of boxes you're checking when you're really being descriptive about your images. Thoughtful. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it as that for now, although it could be even more descriptive. And then if I go back to my page, it's like, great, I have another image ready. I'm going to figure out where it goes in the content, which I don't have that figured out at the moment. I'm going to drop an image module right below my text here. And I'm going to go ahead and grab that image, upload it from where I downloaded it on my computer. And boom, I have this awesome graphic that not only is going to look amazing on the page and break up the content, but I'm also going to be able to repurpose this exact graphic for social media. And not just once, but 2 or 3 times a year, at least, I'll be able to do that. And that's the amazing thing about this content ecosystem framework, where we can make this content really purposeful and thoughtful and in-depth. And with all of the elements we have, we can truly repurpose. And in repurposing, we can create this consistency and this thread throughout all of our brand messaging that goes out into the world. And so we can feel confident that we're really putting out the kind of content that is meaningful, and it's not just a bunch of noise, and it's not just a bunch of garbage, because we also worked really hard on the content here. It's unique and original content. And so yeah, so that's that about graphics and multi-purpose graphics. And I hope you enjoy the video, and please subscribe and share and come back soon. Thank you.